Hey, what's up, everyone? My name's Lionel. I'm your host for L2 Productions, and you are watching I Watch You Watch. We are covering Bondage. It was created by Mr. Carlton T. Clay and Victory Productions Network. I appreciate everyone for coming to my channel. Please like this video and also subscribe to my channel. And you can leave your comments below. This is Season 3, Episode 6, and the finale. So we've made it to the end of this season, and next week, next Friday, January 3rd, we are getting Season 4 in live. I'm so happy so that we can have a conclusion to everything. After watching the finale of Season 3, it was like some things were a little bit mysterious as to it being open-ended, like there could be a Season 4, but a lot of things were kind of at the end of things, but it's like, well, some things we gotta still watch out. But anyways, Season 4 is coming to us. There's gonna be a 3-season drop, or three episode drop next Friday. I'll be with you during the weekend, and I'll be dropping those reviews at some point during the weekend. I'm excited for the season. I'm excited for what it's going to bring. I have a lot of questions, and we're going to get some answers, hopefully. All right, so let's get into this video. Okay, so I had to go back and make sure that I answered this question because I was trying to figure out who is Paulette Devereaux. Paulette Devereaux is Madam. That's her real name. So I had to remember why I wrote that down. I'm like, what? I couldn't remember for whatever reason. So anyways, in this episode, episode 6, after Bond has confessed to offing Lily, he is released. And Bond is like, how did that happen? Because I think it was only like an hour or so or whatever. Well, the detective ended up getting a anonymous email. And he was hearing the offing of Lily, basically saying that Bond did not do this. Now, you kind of wonder who would want to free Bond after somebody was already trying to blackmail Bond, because they were already trying to blackmail him, or they were already not blackmail him, trying to send him to jail. They were already trying to put the murder of the husband that Lily had, but Lily confessed on the audio that she murdered her own husband, and then shortly after, whomever she was talking to murdered her. So there's a lot going on and a lot against Bond. Yeah, so Bond is free to go, but who killed Lily? We're gonna find out. All right, so Lorenzo talks with Cristal, and she is ready to do business with him as far as now him purchasing the drugs that he needs. And he speaks with Jamal and just says, hey, everything I do and will continue to do is for us. And Jamal said, I know, and we're family. We're going to see how much family there really are by the end of this episode. Jackie goes to see Anita. Anita is in jail / prison right now. Jackie asked Anita, how is she doing? And she said that she's at peace. She does say that I treated you horrible. It's not that I hated you. It's just every time I seen your face, I seen his. And you were a constant reminder of what I went through. She ends up apologizing and asking Jackie, can you forgive her? And Jackie said yes. I thought I would feel a different way about Anita because Anita was trifling. She was the villain, and she just did so much. And it looks like she did a lot of things to cover up and trying to compensate for the pain. She was getting men to take care of her and also masking it by buying all of these luxurious things and stuff, but at the same time could not control her own emotions towards her daughter that did nothing to her. I think while Anita was in her crying stage, I was like, this don't feel like her. like the Anita that we are accustomed to. I think when she stood up to the father, I forgot his name right now, I said, that's the Anita I know. Or something, because I wasn't used to seeing her, I want to say powerless, but I think she took her power back, even when she did attack the father and all that. However one may think of it, that's how she felt the need to get revenge. It's not the best way, but she's free because she never really dealt with it. Possibly if she had dealt with it, she may have dealt with the dude better. Because the dude just comes back into her life like nothing happened. Like, of course he was trying to say, I'm different, da 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 da. But I mean, bruh, you left this woman in shambles after you did what you did. All right, so Bond is on the beach and he's reminiscing on his time with Jackie. All of a sudden, Bond gets a call from jail, and he ends up accepting the charges. Jackie is also on the beach, and she's watching Bond from a distance as he's taking his call. Asher calls her, and he asks Jackie to come to New York with him. Jackie, this man left you not once, but twice. And now he wants to send you a plane ticket to wherever he has floated off to this time. I think it's a bad idea. He convinced you because of the stuff that's going on with Bond, and you have nothing really left there. Your mother is in jail. If you want a new life, start it without someone. Like, dude is not a good person, not a good representation. Like, I don't know what would actually happen to you there. Will you get left? Will you go with him and travel? Like, are you the type of person that just wants to float round and round and round and round and round? Because dude's not stable. And he will leave you in the most vulnerable places. No. Find somebody. Go by yourself. Discover America. Discover the world. If you want a new life. Meet new people. That's all. That's my advice, We get a little impromptu scene. I think Bond went to go to just shower or whatever. We see Bond contemplating on taking care of himself. And this is the first time, or maybe this is the second time, but this is the time that I really remember where he just said, no, I'm not going to do it. All right, so Lorenzo, Jamal Stahl, and the other dude that I don't think we ever known his name, they make the transaction. He gives the money to them, and they give the product to Lorenzo and Jamal. And then, boom, the detectives come in, and everybody's arrested. The collect call was from Anita. Anita wants to apologize for everything that she's done towards him. And also sorry for what happened to him. As far as, I think he ended up saying to Anita, sorry for what happened to you. But she said, no, she didn't say it to him, but whatever. But she just basically thanks him. She asked for a favor from him. She wants him to look out for Jackie. Keep her safe. And she needs you more than if she's never even realized it as of yet. So, is this a setup for a Jackie and Bond reunion? Is Jackie going to take this offer from Asher? Who knows? Because really, Bond needs a new start. He needs to get out of Dodge. What does he have left there? There's nothing there. I think he should go. Maybe him and Jackie should go off someplace. Now we find out some twists and some things are revealed. So, next thing you know, we see Jamal, who was arrested, is in the detective's office. We find out that he's an informant. He was the one that was wearing a wire and was able to catch Lorenzo in this whole drug trafficking and prostitution ring that he had going on. The detective said, I know that this had to be hard because this was family, but Jamal said, no, my brother has been dead to me for a long time. So it made it easier for me. Then we find out that he was an informant to the white couple that he was messing with, or with the wife of John Henry and Mary Beth. I said, those are some of the white country's names. They found out that they were cooking meth in their home. So he busted them for that. Because we get this flashback of after getting the I guess the product of the meth to the detectives and then busting them, the detective had more work for him to do. So obviously Liam Bishop was a flop. But I don't know how much of a flop he was, because at least he was able to get some information over to the cops in regards to that. So even though it seemed like he was getting too deep in, he did do his job. He just didn't. I think he still got carried away in what he was doing. Oh, Bond gets a call, and it's Jackie. Okay, so the detective is still trying to go over who is Lily talking to. But we see Winston in another scene. He's listening to the same recording that the detective is. We're finding out that Winston was the one that sent the email to the detective, basically absolving Bond from all the crimes. I said, what's going on here? Because we know that Winston does not like Bond. So why would he try to exonerate Bond? We're going to find out in just a second what his mighty plan is. But we get a little back flash also of Winston when we see him right in the scene talking to him. Because the detective doesn't know the whole scene as far as all that they talked about. Lily and Winston, they were going at it because he was trying to figure out, why were you still having sex with Bond? I just told you to set him up for the murder of your husband. And then he said, oh, so you caught feelings for the dude. So then we find out he ended up just offing her. Yep, and he sent that email. All right, so Bond and Jamal. Jamal's leaving. He's going to go wherever the wind takes him to. Bond ends up giving him a picture of Marcus Bond, his father. Jackie comes by. She meets Jamal. Jamal meets her. And then Jamal leaves. So Bond, he wants to talk with Jackie. And he says, I think I need to explain. And Jackie says, you have nothing to explain. And then she announces that she's moving to New York. I need a fresh start. She says that, I'm going to miss you. And Bond says, sorry for everything that I put you through. And they end up telling each other that they love each other. They kiss. And then they fall into bed together. So, is this part 2 of Bond and Jackie? Who knows? But it looks like, it sounds like it's a goodbye session. So while they're doing their thing in the bed, we get a little, if you want to call it an interlude, of Lorenzo. He's in his cell. He's making a shank and is about to put it around his neck. So it looks like he's about to end his life. Jamal, he goes back to the office of where Madam had all of her services going on at. And he talks to the picture of Marcus Bond, and he says that we finally got the MFers that offed you, Pops. We get a flashback, and we see Pauletta talking with Marcus. And basically what happened is, or what the plan was, is that Marcus was supposed to leave Aretha because she had one of his children, Jamal. And the plan was, if you had one of my children, I would leave my wife. I think that was a kind of setup too from Pauletta. but somehow she thought that in exchange of having his child, he was supposed to leave her. I think it was a plot by Paulette to get him to leave. So I got a question. I wonder if Maurice or if Roxanne is Marcus's child. Just wondering, because there's another revelation that's coming up. So since he did apologize and said that he can't do it, Paulette pulls out a gun and shoots him in the head while her children watch. Then she tells Lorenzo, clean this up. And she walks off and goes do whatever she's going to do. I said, what? Now, Lorenzo couldn't be any more than 10 or 11. Jamal's right there. Like, that woman is insane. Oh, so I have more questions then. Because Paulette, were you friends with Aretha? I wonder. Because I think that there's some backstory. I would love to know how Maurice got into this. Was he introduced through Lorenzo? Were you the family friend that touched Maurice back in the day? There's a lot of places that we can go with this story, hopefully in season 4. Because it's like, that's interesting. Or did you not, or are you just somebody that did not know anything, but somehow Maurice ended up in your business? It doesn't seem like it's a coincidence, but we got to see what season 4 is going to give us. So now the detective, he's at home. He's in the shower and he's hearing somebody ruffle through stuff. He grabs his gun and he finds a card, and it has Aretha's picture in it. And there's a little note at the bottom, and it says, "The truth shall set you free." All of a sudden, we get this flashback, and it's the detective and Aretha talking. And he's asking Aretha, is Bond his son? And finally, I know his name. They may have mentioned it in episodes before. But Aretha says, Sean, I don't know. I said, what? So Aretha got a lot of secrets. But a lot of the older generation got a lot of secrets. Aretha's not the only one, but she's the representation. And she's one of those old churchgoers that do what they do in the dark, and they just keep secrets. She's the one that says, don't do as I do as I say type of person. So what was you doing, Aretha? Because it looks like Marcus was doing his thing and you was doing his thing. You were doing your thing. What's up? What's up? So there's a lot to clear up in season 4. I said, Lord, Aretha. So Bond, he wakes up and Jackie is gone. And then next thing you know, Winston comes into his bedroom with the whole hoodie thing. Next thing you know, he points the gun at Bond and says, tell your mom I said hello. He shot him, and it looks like somewhere in the neck area or the throat area. Now we're hearing a narration, and it's Bond saying, I'm going to wake up any minute now. Moments have passed and it hasn't happened, and he said, nope, this is real life. Because, you know, he's had recurring dreams of being unalived. Well, this time is real. So it looks like Winston's plot was to exonerate Bond so that he could take care of what he wanted to do to Bond, and that was to end his life. So you you don't have your wife is in jail, and you ended the man's life because he was sleeping with your wife, but you did nothing to Anita. That's interesting to me, that your biggest Achilles heel was Bond, and you have no backstory as to, or context as to what was going on between them. It's just that they were messing around. It's very interesting. So is Bond going to make it? I mean, well, you are the main character, so this isn't Grey's Anatomy where you can pass it off to another sister or something, but we're praying that Bond makes it. I mean, that's an interesting choice of where he actually shot him at. So we got to see if he's going to make it. Did Jackie leave at that moment? Was she just in the bathroom? Hopefully somebody's there to save his life. and this is in the back of my mind, did Lorenzo actually go through with it in his jail cell? Because all we saw him do was tie it. We didn't get no news that anything happened. Jamal's supposed to be gone. Is he really gone? You know, those are type of things. And I think, who is on the poster? Isn't Roxanne on there? So does she return? So that's why I'm wondering, like, I wonder who could have fathered Roxanne. We don't know. But we didn't get much of Roxanne's story. I don't know if we're going to get any more, but oh well. We shall see. But again, I'm excited for this coming up week. It's going to be 2025. So get ready. January 3rd, again, episodes 1, 2, and 3 will be dropping. And please, again, like this video. Also, you can subscribe if you're new, and you can leave your comments below. Until the next one, peace.